and division. So we're going to review really quick what our rules are for dividing. Well, when we divide, remember that visual cue is we have three parts that make up that division sign. So we're going to keep, we're going to change, and we're going to flip. So there's that three-word saying. So I keep the first one, I change to multiplying, and then I flip the last one, so 5/4. Now I'm going to go ahead and follow the same rules that I did for multiplying. I'm going to see if I can cross cancel. I don't see anything because 5 won't go into 4 and 4 evenly, and 1 goes into everything. Now I'm going to multiply straight across. So 5/16. Now, what they're going to do to us now, because we've been practicing fractions, is they might make one or both of these negative. So like here, had I had maybe a negative 1/4 times 5/4, divided by 4/5, it would make my answer a negative because we only had one negative sign. So remember with division, you get to count how many negative signs are there. Okay, so let's try a couple of these. Okay, so here I have -1/2 divided by -5/10. Now some of you might say, can I reduce 5/10? If you would like to do that, you may reduce it, but some kids aren't going to see it, so it might stay that way. Okay, the one thing that I will tell you is you cannot cross cancel. You can reduce within a fraction, but you cannot cross cancel until after you've done the keep, change, flip. Okay, so I'm going to keep -1/2. I'm going to change to multiplying, and I'm going to flip this. So it becomes 10/5. I was doing some mental calculations there. Okay, so now when I look at this, I'm noticing between these, if I didn't notice, I could have reduced that 5/10. I've got 2 that would go into both of those. So 2 would become a 1, and my 2 would go into 10 5 times. And that's it. So now if I multiply straight across, 1 times 5 is going to give me 5 over 1 times 5 is 5, which changes into 1, right? Now I'm going to count my negative signs. Looks like I only have one negative sign, so that makes this a -1 for a final answer. Okay, that one was kind of tricky. Had I changed it into 1/2, if I were to ask you what's 1/2 divided by 1/2, most of you would say, oh, that's 1. Okay, so let's go through and do another one. Okay, so we have -1/2 divided by 3/5. Okay, so this one I want you to try on your own. You're going to keep, you're going to change, and you're going to flip. And this first one here, this is a -1/2. I know that they kind of blend, it blends together, but that's -1/2. So go ahead and do your process, and then check back in just a minute to see what your final answer should have been. You should have gotten -5/6 for that one. Okay, so now we're going to extend this into mixed numbers. So we're going to follow this.